What's going on, guys? Welcome to Tech Savvy Buyer. So I finally got my hands on GAMDIAS Hebe M1 headphones, and I have to say just off the bat, I have been reviewing these for the last 2 weeks, and I've been using them regularly playing games such as Resident Evil to truly test the 7.1 surround sound capability in these pair of headphones. And off the bat, I'm going to tell you guys that these are very, very good headphones. I'm going to walk you through the ins and outs and what I actually liked about it, and some areas where I think, they can definitely use some improvement. So let's take a look at all that good detail coming up. So welcome back, guys. Now, I'd like to start off this by saying, what truly makes a pair of headphones good? Or how would you classify headphones as being, the best headphones that you could possibly get, or just good headphones, aside from just the actual audio quality? And, audio quality could be something that a lot of people debate just because it depends on how in tune you are with listening to certain things. So if you're an audiophile, you might be looking for the cream of the crop type of headphones that go upwards of hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. Or if you're someone who's just average and wants, or not super picky, I won't say average, but not super picky on audio quality, and you care more about other things, but you just want something to be practical. And I think that's where GAMDIAS has fit with these specific headphones. Coming in at $37, the Hebe M1 headphones are actually very, very, very nice headphones. Now, upon initial impression, they don't look like, they're anything from outer space or they're super fancy or anything like that. I think that these are actually very, very well made. Now, like I mentioned at the start of this video, what are some of the things that you look at when you want to classify something as good quality headphones? And for me personally, I want to look at how comfortable this thing is, because if I'm going to be gaming, I'm going to be playing this for several hours maybe, or even if an hour. So I want the headphones to actually be comfortable on my head. And you could see the way that GAMDIAS so far with all their products that I've used, they have a good team of people that know how to make designs that are very ergonomic. And so when I say that, it means that you can basically play this for hours, like I mentioned, and not get tired. They're not super heavy, so when I put these on my head, they sit very comfortably. They don't shake off if I move them around pretty hard. And then you've got, this microphone that can actually swivel out, which is also a unique feature. Again, when it comes to comfort, I like that GAMDIAS actually included leather muff pads, which is, pretty much industry standard at this point. I feel like all of them are starting to use leather, but the foam that they included in this is actually very soft and it presses pretty easily. So it feels really comfortable. You get a nice clear suction around your ear where it's blocking noise out without actually having active noise canceling in these headphones. And you're still able to hear everything, pretty crisp and clear on the inside of this. Now, for my testing, I played a lot of games. I played mostly games that would require you to kind of understand where the sound of the item or whatever it is coming from. So things like Call of Duty and Resident Evil 2 also had a very, very nice 3D sound effect system inside the game, which lets you take advantage of 7.1 headsets. Now, this headphone is touted to be 7.1 in terms of virtual surround, so it's not true 7.1 surround sound in this. It is only a 2-channel headphone, but with the included software, you can actually turn this into, mimic a 7.1 surround sound kind of capability. And it works really well. Like, I know on the box that they advertise that this does have RGB lighting and virtual surround sound, 7.1 again, and it does. It actually works really well. These are super, super comfortable headphones, and they get pretty loud as well. The audio quality of these headphones, I'd have to give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 is what I would give this in terms of audio quality. It's not a 10 out of 10 because, again, you're not going for some audiophile kind of headphones, but for most gaming people and gaming needs, this is absolutely fine. It's more than adequate, and it gets a very, very loud sound quality. Let's talk about the microphone as well. So the microphone is pretty easily extendable out of the headphone. You can actually twist it around 360 degrees to get it to the position that you're most comfortable with, and it actually captures your audio pretty clearly and audibly. So if you can hear me right now talking through the shotgun mic on this camera, now I'm going to switch over to the microphone on this headphone and let me see what you guys think about that. So this is what it sounds like when you're using the microphone of the Hebe M1 headphones. I'm using the built-in microphone on this, and I've adjusted it just to be really close to my face as I possibly can get it. So as you guys can tell, the audio quality of the microphone is actually pretty decent, like I mentioned, so no complaints there. So all in all, you've got a very, very solid build quality, you've got a good microphone, and you've got overall comfort and ergonomics of this headphone so far. So now let's talk about the RGB lighting. One thing that GAMDIAS really likes to do is include RGB lighting in all of their devices. So I've reviewed their mouse before, their keyboards, and another pair of headphones called the Faces P1, and those also had RGB. Now the primary difference between this and their other line of RGB headphones is that while you can get RGB lighting effects on this actual headphone, you don't actually have any control over it with their software. So you can't go in and change this to have static color lit up or a rainbow or a different kind of effect. It just kind of does a color shift or a color cycle over the standard RGB colors that are included with the GAMDIAS headphones. Now let's look at the build quality of the cable. A lot of cables that you see with different headphones and different gaming peripherals really are braided. And some people like braided cables, some people don't. I personally am kind of indifferent. If it's braided, I think it's a little stiff and can be kind of a pain in the butt when you're trying to organize your desk. And when it's not, it can potentially tear and get messed up. So you've got pros and cons to each, as you can tell. Now it does come with a gold-plated USB plug, so you can plug this into a USB device. I tested this, by the way, with the PlayStation 4 and it worked. Even the microphone worked, everything worked. I did not test this with an Xbox One yet, but if I do, I will let you guys know my findings in that case. So the fact that it is USB lets it have, that compatibility with some consoles and obviously your PC. And overall, it's a pretty decent length cord, and the build quality of the cord is nice as well. Although it's not braided, you can tell that this is not something that's going to fray easily or break easily either. Now on the actual cord, you get your module to control it, and the module is actually built much better than what I saw on the Faces P1. You've got an option to turn virtual surround sound on, you can turn off your microphone, and you can also turn off the LED lights or the RGB lights on the headphones as well. And on the side, you've got a volume rocker for up and down. Now there's no complaints there. They feel pretty clicky. They feel nice. They don't feel very cheaply made. Now, for $37, guys, I don't think you can get any pair of headphones that are better than this at this price point. I would pick this over any Turtle Beach headphones that are in the same price range. And I've reviewed a lot of stuff from GAMDIAS, and I have to say, like, GAMDIAS is really making some solid products for really good pricing. In fact, that was probably the only complaint I had with GAMDIAS products in the past, is that their pricing was a little expensive, given that you can pick up Corsair, you can pick up Logitech, and all these other competing brands that, in some cases have better products for cheaper prices. Now that they've actually started lowering their prices, I've noticed that these headphones, like I said, 37 bucks. The Faces P1, during the time that I reviewed those headphones, they were upwards of $100. Now those headphones are down to 40 bucks. That's only $3 more than this, and I actually have those headphones right here, so you guys can take a look at that. This is the Faces P1, so you can see for size differences, this is what the Hebe M1 looks like compared to the Faces P1. Now, in terms of both for 40 bucks and 37 bucks, which one would I personally choose? I would go with this one here, because it's not as heavy, it's not as bulky, and it does the job equally as great. Yes, you do lose the customizable RGB factor into this and the super bass that comes with this, but in my opinion, I think this is more than adequate to get the job done for all of your gaming and even audio needs. But guys, that pretty much concludes this review. Like I said, when you want to talk about headphones and think about the things that are most important to you, it may be different than what it is to somebody else. For me, comfort is one of the primary things, along with the audio quality. Those two things for me go hand in hand. I want the pair of headphones that I use to be very comfortable so I can wear them for longer periods of time. Microphone for me is not a huge deal. However, when you are gaming in multiplayer kind of environments, you want to make sure that your teammates and players can hear you as you try and give them commands and whatnot. The microphone on this, like I mentioned, is excellent. It works really well. You guys got a chance to hear the quality of the audio coming out of that as well. So I'm pretty sure there's no complaints in that department either. Now, overall, I would say this is a solid buy. If you were looking for headphones, again, now we're close to Valentine's Day and you knew somebody that wanted headphones, or your boyfriend or girlfriend wanted a nice pair of headphones for gaming specifically, don't overlook this. These are very good. Again, I've put links in the description below for you guys to go ahead and purchase this if you actually like these headphones, and you guys should have no problem testing these out. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of these headphones, and if you know of any sub $40 headphones that would do a very solid job that you would say compares to this pretty well, let me know in the comments below as well. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you sticking through the end of this video. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing because it does help this channel grow. But other than that, I will let you guys go, and I will see you on my next video. So take care and bye-bye.